everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am so excited to be trying two new makeup products. The first makeup product is the new Milk Makeup Hydra Grip Eye Primer and the new One Size Preserve the Serve Luminous Setting Spray. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to be doing my makeup and then I will kind of tell you how it feels as I'm wearing it, and then I will also come back in a few hours and tell you how it wore, how it feels, did it do good kind of situation. So if you're excited to see how these two new products turn out, then go ahead and keep watching. So this primer is $24 at Sephora. So this is a Hydra Grip eyeshadow and concealer primer. So it's like the under eye primer like from Jaclyn. I might have to do a comparison video. For right now we're gonna stick with this, but I might later on have to do a comparison video because that is my favorite under eye primer. An invisible hydrating primer for eyeshadow and under eye concealer that smooths skin and locks down color to prevent creasing, fading, and smudging. It has a natural finish. It is for normal, oily, dry, or combination skin. Suggested usage: apply a thin layer onto your clean eyelids, under eyes, and inner corners. Blend with fingertips. Allow formula to dry completely to activate grip before applying eye makeup or concealer. Can be used with powder and cream formulas. So I'm gonna open it and kind of give it a, okay, it doesn't have a smell. It says a thin layer. So I'm just going to apply it. I feel like that's too thin. It feels empty, if I'm being honest. And I'm also gonna put some down here. Yeah, I would assume it has to go, it can go under the foundation because I'm not gonna put this like over my foundation but under my concealer. And I'm just gonna pat it in with my finger. Oh, it feels nice. It doesn't feel like a primer, so it definitely feels hydrating, so we have to let it dry. I'm also going into a newer palette today, which is Orange Pop. I got this from TJ Maxx and it's from Cara Beauty, so we're gonna try it because it gave me all of the fall vibes you could ever think of are right here in this palette. I feel like summer too. It's just so pretty. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I'm gonna figure it out while I'm waiting for this to dry down. So I'm still waiting for it to dry because it says let it dry completely. I don't know, it kind of looks oily. It feels oily too, which is so weird because when I think of eye primer I don't think of like oily because I feel like that's gonna break down my makeup more than help it last. So we'll see. So here it is. This again, it's by Cara Beauty. I literally think I paid at TJ Maxx like $3.99 for this palette. It was not expensive at all, but I've never used this brand at all. So if you guys have used this brand, let me know. Are they a good brand? Should I try to buy something else from them? I don't know. But I've never tried them, so I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. All right, so I think I'm gonna go into 420, which is right here. It's orange, which is kind of strange. I thought 420 was Schmeed, if you know what I mean, if you get my drift. But I thought it was green, but I could be wrong. I don't know. It's not as pigmented as I was hoping, but I'm gonna try to come in here and pack this down and see if that helps because I just kind of went in with a blender instead of like a dense brush. So I'm gonna go in with a dense packing brush and see if I can get it to, you know, pack a little bit more. But I will tell you, my makeup is blending, my eyeshadow is blending over this primer very smoothly. So that's a plus. I thought it would kind of like pick it up, but it is really, really like smooth. All right, so we're gonna pack in here really quick. Ooh, okay. So now that I'm like actually packing that color in instead of displacing it like I was, it's actually really nice. Ooh, it's gonna be really pretty. I'm so excited for this. I went ahead and I blended it out after placing that, and I really actually really love this. So we're gonna go into another blending brush. I'm gonna go into like this orange right here. Sorry, it has like reflex on the squares, so it's hard to see, but that is Cannabis. Alright, and I'm just taking that light orange. I'm just literally buffing right around that darker orange, and I'm just blending the two together. So I just lightly have that orange showing up. Nothing crazy. So I'm loving this color so far. I will say I'm not seeing really too much of a difference from like my other primers. It didn't break it up, so that's good. I kind of thought that it would because it was kind of oily, but I'm not seeing that, so that's really good. But it's not irritating my eyelids, so that's good too. There's no irritation going on. It doesn't, I mean, really make it look any smoother. It does kind of make my eyes look less crepey, so it may be hydrating it for sure, but I'm not seeing anything significantly amazing about this, so bear with me. I'm gonna go in with low eyes right here and put that in my crease, straight up in my crease, and then a little on the outer corner just to intensify that color. So I do still have some flaking going on for my, I have very dry eyelids, so it didn't hydrate it that much. I don't know if it's the shadow right here or if it's the primer because it's not staying in my crease. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with Sativa right here, which is a super, super bright yellow, and I'm gonna go onto the lid. Wow. This is a very pigmented yellow. There's quite a bit of fallout, but it's yellow, so that's normal. And that's like not even over anything like to cut the color or anything. It's just straight up on the primer, on the shadow. But we're gonna go with it. I don't want to use my Hiiii Bees. I know you're probably like, Jamie, why? But I just don't want to kind of mess up the review of is it good? Because if I put another primer on my lid, then it's really not the primer. It's another primer, so just... you know, we're going with it. We're going. So I'm going back into 420 and I'm just gonna hit that outer corner and bring it in just a little, just so I can kind of blend with that yellow. I'm gonna go into Light It, which is this shiny gold yellow, and put it over top of that. Ooh, I like this a lot. This shimmer is nice. Oh my god. I've never had a shimmer like stick like that without any kind of like severe base. I glitter all over my under eye and I'm not gonna be able to wipe it because then I'm gonna wipe away the primer. Right, so I think I'm gonna go into Torch, which is like this kind of more muted yellow. Not muted by much, but a little more muted. And I'm gonna try to put that up here just to kind of brighten it a little bit more. I actually love this palette, like a lot. I'm gonna go back in here and just try to blend this a little bit more. Alright, so we're gonna set her aside for a minute while we go in and do our face. I'm going in with my super favorite e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer. I'm going to avoid my under eye area just because I don't want to mess up any of that already dried and sticking primer. I will say it does definitely feel grippy because as this has dried, like look at that, as it has dried I definitely feel it, so that says that, but we'll see. Okay, so I am going with the Lancome. This is the Ultra Wear up to 24-hour color. Nobody's wearing it for 24 hours, but if you wanted to, you could. I need to wash my brushes so bad. Up in the nerves, in the nerves. So I always go with my foundation here lately. I never did this like a year ago, but I go in with a brush first, pack it, pounce it, get it smooth, get it set, get it ready, and then I go in with a beauty blender and smooth everything out. This is like my favorite foundation. I didn't buy it for the longest time. I didn't buy it for the longest time because it's like super expensive and I have like 80 million foundations, but it will always be my favorite foundation. So now I'm gonna go in with just a pump more because I've already used what I already had. And like I said, I'm just gonna go in just a little bit. I will tell you, first impressions, I can feel it pulling on my under eye like when I'm putting this foundation on, and I don't know if I exactly think it's a good thing or a bad thing because there are only like one place on my face that I don't care for my skin to be pulled, and my under eye is one of them because I don't want to cause any more wrinkles than I'm already going to get on my own. Okay, if I'm being honest, it does look really nice under here. So this is my Tarte Shape Tape Ultra Creamy. And we're gonna pop here, here, here. This is fun. I love when I draw on my face. I've been wanting to do more makeup tutorials and like get ready with me and actually makeup. Like obviously I have so much fun showing you guys my hauls and all that because I love shopping. But I also like really miss just sitting down and like just doing makeup and having so much fun with it. I think I'm gonna start giving you guys some more tutorials, just like get readies and chats and life updates, but like while I'm beating my face. And just always remember, there are times where I'll try to do like something super jazzy and like recreate something and really cool, but for the most part on my channel, you're getting simple makeup that you can do, that mostly anybody can do. Now I do sometimes try to get a little fancy on you bitches. I try to do something crazy, but it never works out. Apple cider! Did I do that right, or is it? I don't fucking know. I don't do that weird shit. But I did get apple cider because it's the fall. Oh no, your bitch loves the fall. So I'm going in with the Dragon Beauty pressed powder palette or transformation palette, and I always just mix between yellow and pink. That is what works for my undertone, my skin tone, and my color. So whatever works for you. But this powder is literally my favorite of all time. I didn't want to love it. I got two. I have an unopened one sitting in my drawer because I cannot be without it. Like, it's just so good and what it does. So the powder is what I was kind of focused more on with this concealer, and I used a powder that I really love and I know is great. So if I see anything crazy happening, I can be like, hey, that's not normal. I wear this powder every day. It's not normal. So I am seeing some crusty mustiness going on here more than usual, but what I'm also seeing, and I don't know if you can see that on camera, is the two different colors happening here. So it's like the colors sticking more here from the powder than here. So that might be, I don't think that, if I'm being honest, even from first impressions, I don't think that I would replace my Jaclyn Cosmetics under eye primer for this, just because it doesn't have the same hydrating and feel that under eye concealer gives me. Like, that is my favorite under eye concealer. It's amazing, it's hydrating, it's so beautiful. So I just don't think that I would replace that one for this one. As for an eye primer, so far so good. I'm liking it, not creasing, not looking cakey. It made this like beautiful shadow pop. Speaking of Jaclyn Cosmetics, I am going in with a duo bronze and blush palette in Sunkissed and Bronzed Moment. Kapow! Ka-chow! I'm always gonna be weird. It's just who I am. Also going in with a Jaclyn Cosmetics and Morphe. Sorry, Jaclyn and Morphe. No, it's ColourPop. Alright. Gonna bronze on my face now. But I really do love this bronzer because it's so smooth. And it's so blendable. Oh, I didn't do my under eye. I usually try to do my under eye makeup before I do all this, so like if I have to, you know, get rid of some eyeshadow, I don't mess up my makeup. But now I'm like, oh, it's fucking too late. Too fucking late. Oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my highlighter because I've already gone this far. So I'm gonna go on my highlighter, which is going to be the Dose Up Colors, and this is in Fuego. This is the Desi X Katie. Yes, she's old. No, I don't care. I hate when people do that. That's technically expired. Like, yes, Susan, I know. It tells me on the package, and I just don't care. God. Can't people just let us live? Let us hoard makeup for as long as we want and just leave us in peace, okay? Going back into this beautiful palette, I think I am going to, I don't know if I want to bring that red all the way down. I feel like this is gonna be too much. I think I'm gonna go into Loud, which is this orange right here, very muted, very light, very like PG, not too crazy orange, and just go into it very lightly. I just feel, in my honest opinion, that if I put red all down here, it's just gonna be too much, in my opinion. Too much for me. Maybe not too much for you. Too much for me. I'm gonna go in with a more muted under eye, but I am about to jazz up this inner corner. All right, I'm going in with 420. It's that dark orange that I put on first. I just didn't feel the color I was putting there. Even so though, this is not as dark on the bottom as it is on top. That's weird. That's suspicious. Okay, so what I'm thinking is it has to be that like under color that I did. Yeah, this is getting like really out of hand. See this different discoloration right here, this little flap of skin, that's from the under eye concealer. All right, so I'm going back into Light Up, which is that gold that I have on my lids, and I'm gonna bring it down on the inner corner and around. I'm gonna blend it, so don't worry. All right, so I'm going in with my lipstick, which is gonna be the NYX Lingerie XXL. And this is in the shade Peach Flirt. I didn't want to do super bright orange or red, but I wanted it to kind of be like more muted tone. I don't know if I like this lipstick. So I'm gonna hop off camera, I'm gonna put my lashes on, and then we'll be back to wrap this up. But it's not over. It's not over. the moment we've been waiting for. Probably not, but if you're still here, let's try it out. This is the One Size Preserve the Serve Luminous Setting Spray. There was a twinsy that came with this one, and it's matte, and everyone loves the matte one, but if you have dry skin, it's not your friend. So we're gonna see what this says. Serve skin with texture solving benefits, plus preserve that glam all day. Microfine mist refreshes, hydrates, and protects skin, all while snatching makeup for 12 hours. Luminous wear. Instructions. Shake well before each use and keep eyes closed during application. Hold 10 to 12 inches away from your face. Spray in a circular motion. Shake well. Okay, so I'm gonna let that sit for a second. First impressions, it feels nice. Second impression is the hint of Lysol. Cleaning products, I won't lie, I'm not gonna lie. But it also kind of smells like this. So maybe it's floral. Let it dry, let it dry, let it shrivel up and dry. I don't think that's what it is, but well, that's what I did anyways. All right, come on. All right, so while that's drying, I'm gonna talk first impression thoughts. First impression thoughts. I hate this time because like I wanna be honest, but I also feel bad. I don't like this product. I love the Hydro Grip primer. If you know, then you know. That stuff is amazing. Like, it's nice. It's not terrible, but I've used a lot better that cost me a lot less. So if I had to say, do you need this in your collection? It would be a no. You don't. I think $22 is a bit pricey. I believe my P. Louise are like $14 and they're just way better. And they hold and they brighten and they smoothen just a lot more because it's a thicker consistency. This is a pretty thin and oily consistency, and on top of that it says to only put like a thin layer. So I'm not a fan of this one. I am going to wear my eye makeup for a couple of hours and then come back and update you before I close out the whole video, but I just want to give you my first impressions. To my sensitive skin people, this made my skin burn. When I did the circle up and down, did the real extra second one, it really made my skin burn, and I don't know what I did. Maybe my skin is just too sensitive. Maybe it just has way too much fragrance in it. It has a lot of fragrance in it. I think someone said like it has a little bit of fragrance. It has a lot of fragrance, similar to like that very rosy floral smell of Morphe. So I like how it feels. I like how it looks. Like, it looks good. It makes my skin look like the makeup is just that, my skin. Like, it looks like it kind of just like melted everything in, but it burned my skin a little. So I'm a little worried about that. Like, it just kind of tingled it, if that makes any sense. Not like burn, like, ow, 3rd-degree burns, but like it definitely, there was a sensitive reaction to it. So comment down below if you have sensitive skin, if you've had any issues with this, but I'm gonna keep trying it because I'm a sucker for setting spray. And maybe it's just like my skin is just kind of not having a good day. My eczema is off and on, like y'all know that. So I'll give it another go. But if it makes my skin irritated again, I'm gonna have to give it away because I can't rightfully in my mind use something that irritates my skin. Knowing that it irritates my skin and using it anyways is a dangerous game, and I don't recommend it for anybody watching. But I am going to hop off camera, go about my business and my journey and my day, write my manifestations down for the new moon that is upon us, and I don't know, eat some food or something. I'll come back, I'll close this out, and I'll give you my final thoughts on how it wore, how it looks, what am I thinking. So I will be back in a few hours for me and like 2 seconds for you. Alright guys, so we are finally back for my final look. I know I look a mess. It's actually several hours later and I've eaten and I'm tired and I want to do this before I go to sleep, but I look like a mess, so just ignore that. I want to talk about a few things actually makeup wise. I will say the first thing we're going to talk about is the makeup, the Milk Makeup Primer. I think that it held my eyeshadow actually really well. I will say that, but my P. Louise does relatively the same. My Makeup by Mario does really well too, so I don't think that I need this one. I don't think I would recommend this one just because I didn't like how you had to use it. I don't like how you have to put it on and then let it dry all the way down. I didn't like that it caused some discoloration here from the gripping, where it will grip more powder or more color under my eye than in other areas. I will say right in here, my concealer has worn off quite a bit, where with my Jaclyn under eye primer, I don't find that. And I also feel like I have a lot more crepey, cakey situation than usual. So this is gonna be a no for me. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, and I just don't find that it's necessary to buy a $22 eye primer that it's not. I would go with the P. Louise. It's cheaper, it's better, and it's a nicer quality in my opinion. So the next thing is the Kara Beauty Orange Pop eyeshadow palette. I think that this was actually really nice, and I'm telling you guys, I think I paid like $3.99 or like $5.99 for it. The shadow wore very well. It hasn't faded really at all, like some over here and then some up here, but really not much at all has faded, and it's a very inexpensive palette, so I would say yes. I'm definitely looking into this brand to see what else I can review or try, because they seem to be a pretty inexpensive brand, which we love. And then the last thing, or the last new item that I tried, was the One Size Preserve the Serve Luminous Setting Mist. So I had issues when I put it on. It kind of burnt my skin a little bit, and it is very fragranted. However, that being the case, I will say my makeup has set and stayed really well. Right in here has worn out a little bit around my nose, over in this area, but for the most part, I think it actually did an amazing job. Usually by now, like all up in here is wearing off, even with setting spray. On my chin, up in here, and I really don't have that. I have some around my nose right in here, and then like I said, a little bit on the cheeks where I'm probably like I was leaning or something watching TV, but it's not bad. My skin still looks really dewy and really great. So what I'm going to do, because I do have some crusty musty right up in here for my smile lines, is I'm gonna see how well it fixes makeup, since it's kind of more dry and crepey looking right now. So I'm just waiting for that to dry, and as it dries, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you guys about one more thing that I want to talk to you about. It is this lipstick. This is the NYX Double XL lipstick. This literally one coat. Like when you saw me put it on, that was it. I did not do more off camera. I have not reapplied it. I have eaten, I have drank, I have done things, talked, and just, it looks amazing. It looks like when I first put it on, and it feels like nothing. It just feels like my lips, but it looks so good. So after spraying that and letting it dry, my face actually feels really nice. It doesn't feel as tight, like you know how you use your makeup or you wear your makeup for several hours, it starts to feel tight. It took that completely away, but my skin was already pretty like still very luminous looking, so I don't feel as though it really made that look any better, but I look great. For hours of wear and cleaning and eating dinner and all of the things, I think this is definitely something I would recommend. It is very fragranted, so keep that in mind. I am going to try it again when my skin isn't acting up. I am having some issues with flare up with my eczema, so I want to give it a try when I'm not, to see if maybe that's why it kind of burnt my skin and it wasn't because of what's in here, hopefully. But I will say, I definitely think that this one is worth the money. My skin looks great, my skin feels great. I like this one, so this one is really good. So that is it for my video today, guys. I hope you liked me reviewing these new products. Let me know if you have any of these, or if you have anything from Kara Beauty and what your thoughts are on that brand. Let me know what you think about my look. Did you like it? What are your thoughts on these new products? Are they things that you must have, or things you're gonna go ahead and pass on? As always, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do that before you leave, and I'm out of here, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.